Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to get ourselves into perhaps the most stupid situation, the most stupid drama that has occurred regarding Wuthering Waves version 2.8. It's not about the story, it's not about the plot, it's not about the characters, Chisa, or anything like that at all. It's actually about one word. And this one word, ladies and gentlemen, carries with it the focus on it, the criticism of it, carries with it so many contradictions and has muddied the waters so much that even one of the Japanese politicians, one of the members of their government, has had to step in to give their take on how ridiculous the discourse regarding the word senpai has gotten in the gacha community. Because none other than one of the most revered Hoyoshills in the space, ladies and gentlemen, Bogdano. Yes, this individual over here has posted a photo of Chisa saying, "Thank you, Senpai," in the middle of the 2.8 story, and is naturally trying to draw some implications from it. Are we surprised? And so, for some context on Rayad the Slay's Bogdano's account, basically, he's a part of a Twitter group of Hoyoshill Genshin players, HSR players, ZZZ players, that create like 7,000 different chat groups, get all the different communities of like different players of Genshin Impact all coordinated together, and then basically AstroTurf and mass upvote all of their own tweets. Yeah, there's literally been like messages shown of like the chat logs in the history. This one dude will go in and then message like 70 chat groups at the same time. Hey guys, everyone like and repost and retweet this shit. And when do you think they're doing that? It's when they're trying to talk shit about Wuthering Waves. And here's another circumstance of it. So, the focus over here is naturally based off the fact that a lot of Gooner degenerate communities will view the word senpai as something that is like used in a, well, let's just be honest here, sort of like this disgusting manner. And the reality of the situation is that, good community note over here, senpai just means senior in Japanese. This would be like you, in a sense, right, calling somebody at work or calling somebody that's older than you sir or ma'am. Very, very, very similar sort of intonation over here. You want to know what the worst part about all of these contradictions, all of these false accusations that are being sent over to Wuthering Waves?
It's very interesting. Now that I think about it, I should call you senpai.
But I guess it's okay when Hoyoverse does it. I guess it's okay when Hoyoverse does all of the things that Wuthering Waves does, but it's never okay when Wuthering Waves does it. It's always Kuro Games' fault. It's always something that's wrong with Kuro Games. Even though Genshin Impact always does it first. Every single time. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Wait, there's more? Do we need to keep doing this over and over? I think we already know. These guys, these Hoyoshills, they're some of the biggest hypocrites in the space. And that's why it's so easy to farm them. They're used this. Oh, somebody got the Gigamax version. Oh, my bad. No, somebody brought the Gigamax version. Oh, it wasn't just the one Noel photo. There was more. They brought the whole fucking repository. They brought, like, what's that shit that Gilgamesh has in Fate? The fucking gates of Babylonia, brother. That's what this shit is. God, this is the fucking the gates of Gooneronia. What the hell? How many fucking sacred artifacts are in here, bro? How many noble phantasms are in here, bro? God damn. Imagine that you're a Japanese person. Somebody posted a clip, and all it says is, "Thank you, ma'am," or "Thank you, sir." And then they begin trying to create all of these sort of like implications. They're trying to say that, oh, this bit of dialogue is like absolutely wrong. It's absolutely incorrect. This isn't something that people should be using. You'd probably get a little bit upset. And naturally, a post like this has caused a massive amount of discourse. People are saying, oh, now we're going to get, Now we're going to get brigaded. Oh my God, I'm so sick of this. They're ruining every single character by having them say words from the country that they're supposed to be from. And would you look at this? A lot of people, though, coming in the responses and actually explaining the issue. A Japanese person saying a Japanese word. Are you retarded? And then they just show a Wikipedia article explaining it. And when you see that this post over here has gotten only 3.4k likes, but has also gotten 5.9 million views, you know that somebody in this situation is probably wrong. And you've even got the goddamn member of the Japanese Democratic Party, yeah, the Constitutional Democratic Party of Japan, chiming in on the situation. No doubt, I had no idea what the problem was. People who don't understand the nuances of Japanese can easily misunderstand. We're glad you pointed it out. And you want to know what the best part is about all of this? This is from a single Japanese word being used. And some people could say, oh, it's because they're using a Japanese word. People are saying, oh, this is the EN dub. They should only be using English words. Notice how people are making a big deal over the word senpai being used, these Hoyoshills. Let me now show you an exhibition from one of the segments of the quest that was 2 hours before this. 2 hours before the reveal of the senpai word. You have the Namipon ask the main character, "Good morning, Go Shujin-sama." Huh. So why did they make a big ass deal out of Chisa saying, "Thank you, senpai," but then nobody says anything about this little capybara saying, "Good morning, Go Shujin-sama"? Notice how there's not going to be a single post on Twitter, not a single post on X talking about the usage of this term. But then suddenly over here, it's a bit of an issue. And so hopefully you're beginning to understand what's going on with some of the dynamics over here, ladies and gentlemen. These individuals across these communities are desperately looking for any reason to talk shit about Wuthering Waves. They're willing to cross regional lines, geographical lines, and probably cultural lines as well, in their attempt to look for something to flame. And the funniest part about all of this is that this post over here really breaks it all down. Someone else noticed that over 90% of all Wuwa haters actively play Hoyoverse games. Legit, every single time I see a hate post like this, I look at their profile and they all have Hoyo posts at the top. That's what it is. Every single time. And the way that we can see that this is probably true, what if we just look at the quote retweets? What if we just look at the quote retweets? We have a bunch of people defending against this take. Let's see the people that are supporting them. There might be nobody supporting them anymore. I might have to go to the bottom. I think the quote retweets kind of show the newest ones at the top. Why don't we just look at the reposts? Oh, dearie me. This, okay, never mind. That's, you can already tell there's mental illness over here. Yeah. As you can probably see, this one's not really going anywhere fast. It's pretty clear when you can look at the like ratios on all the posts in response to them. They're a good bit higher. So I think the conclusion from this entire circumstance is that the Hoyo shill community, Genshin Impact players, HSR players, Zenless Zone Zero players, they have effectively, in a sense, made an enemy with the anime community, with the kind of like Japanese cultural, that part of the community. Because I think people are going to remember this. I think people are going to remember the time when rabid Hoyoverse players were demeaning and insulting Japanese culture by creating insinuations from one of the most iconic words in their language. And then proceeding to trying to draw like sexual implications, all of this other stuff afterwards. Because this is the thing, guys. This sort of stuff, 5.9 million views, 1,000 quote retweets, 45k, 50k, 100k likes on the quotes, dragging this post through the mud. Guys, I'm going to be honest. I feel like this is something that could change the tide. And could likely start having all of these individuals, their posts are just immediately going to get turned down. And this is why we need to start doing that. These individuals, ladies and gentlemen, and let me just give you a bit of truth regarding this matter. These individuals have a blue check mark on Twitter. It's ironic that their tagline is spreading positivity 24/7. They have a blue check mark on Twitter. And so what happens is that when they make posts and those posts are viewed, then they're able to make money off of it through ads. And so I think at this point, this should be the turning point of our community, where we simply take all of these individuals and we just start ignoring them. Because naturally, when you see it's 5.9 million views, 3.4k likes, and then we look at the quote retweets, and then every single one dragging this idiot through the mud is going through the roof. Maybe we just stop signal boosting them. But this is the other reality of the situation. Maybe it's not that bad to keep farming them, because everyone that's farming them, they got the blue check marks too. They're making that moolah as well. So it's kind of like a bit of like a sustaining circle, right? Where I kind of view like these Hoyoshills, kind of view it like the animal kingdom, right? Where these Hoyoshills are kind of like the, these Hoyoshills are kind of like the herbivores that are just going out, farming, eating shit, becoming nice and plump, and then they proceed to get absolutely consumed by the rest of the community. Because that's literally what is going on over here. 1.1 million views, 45k likes. Oh, unfortunately, this person doesn't have a blue check mark. But there are plenty of individuals in here that do. And it's hilarious. To wrap up this situation, I want to point out the most ironic thing regarding the usage of the Senpai word. Because I actually played through Act 2 of the main story quest. I want to point out the most ironic thing when it comes to people trying to make a big deal out of this. If you actually go ahead and you listen to the dialogue during when this sequence is covered, what you'll notice is that Rover literally gets uncomfortable with Chisa saying the word. Rover literally asks her in the dialogue, "Why are you using this word so much? Can you stop?" Rover themselves is uncomfortable with the usage of the term in this scene. And understanding that makes this complaint even more stupid and even more ridiculous. Because the implication that's clearly being implied over here by saying, "Are we surprised?" It can't even be true if you were somebody that was paying attention at all to the story.
Like you, Senpai, could accomplish so much.
Ah, only someone like you, Senpai, could accomplish so much. You can stop calling me that for now. Hold on, that title takes a little getting used to. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Undeniable proof that in the middle of the goddamn story where this word Senpai is used, Rover is asking Chisa, please stop fucking saying that to me. And they managed to make this big of a deal out of it. So that's just another thing that's going to come out of this situation, ladies and gentlemen. People will take bits and pieces without context because they don't actually play the game. They'll take screenshots. They'll take short video clips and tell you to use that as sort of like the only piece of media to consume to get a full understanding of the situation, when it's clear that all of these things are so easy to disprove. So it's rage baiting? It's 100% just rage baiting. They saw a single screenshot from the quest and decided to make a whole tweet about it and imply a bunch of different things. Happens all the time. But this is the thing over here. I'm farming the situation. Glaive Keo is going to farm the situation. A bunch of Twitter users are going to farm the situation. And so this is a bit of like an ecosystem going on. But the ecosystem basically revolves around one group of individuals, the Hoyoshills, painting themselves as the most stupid members of any gacha community, of really any internet community, and then everyone basically grouping up, pointing them out, and then laughing at them. That's the dynamic that they've decided to cultivate over here on Twitter. I'm happy to participate in it because, well, it just feels like I'm throwing rotten tomatoes at, like, people that are, like, in, like, a pillock. It's like, yeah, it feels like medieval sort of, like, yeah, it feels like a medieval sense of gratification over here once you think about it. So, yeah, I'll be happy to join in. And let me know what you all thought about this breakdown, ladies and gentlemen, and how absolutely absurdly ridiculous this shit is. Peace.